Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for York races on Friday the 13th of October. Well, let's get into it. Well, I've gone missing for a few days. Didn't really fancy too many horses. Had the odd look, but not really enough to give out. So I've concentrated at York. It's a tricky meeting. The only good thing is that there's an angle and it's chucking it down tomorrow. Overnight in York, and it's due to stop raining. Currently looking at radar. What is it? Rain radar. Radar rain? No, radar rainfall. If you type that into Google, it'll get you to the Met Office. Type in York races, York Racecourse into the search bar, and then keep advancing the time, and you'll see that I think it's from about, not sure, from about 3 o'clock onwards, 3 o'clock in the morning, tomorrow morning, to look pretty much 2:15. It's giving out showers, and sometimes heavy showers or very heavy showers. So I reckon it's currently good to soft in places. It's definitely going to be no quicker than soft. Could it touch heavy? I'm not sure, but I do believe that I haven't looked at the rain forecast for Saturday yet. But if it's going to rain as well, I think you're looking at a heavy meeting. However, on Friday, it looks like it's probably going to be soft ground. So let me get into the horses. I've gone for horses that I do believe can handle soft ground. They've also ran or even won on quick ground, but I do believe that either they're in the form that they're in and the ability to handle softer ground gives them every chance to have a chance tomorrow. So let's get into it. So I've had a 10 pence each way, lucky 31, but I've also had 15 pence each way doubles. I think it comes to £9.20. Or yeah, £9.20. So the first selection is Dreams a Dozen at 9-1 in the 240 at York, paying 5 places instead of 3. This horse won by a long way last time, a very long way at Chester. I can't remember if it's 5 lengths or 15 lengths, but the time before, it also it came second, both times on very, very slow, soft ground. The time when it came second, it actually pulled 11 lengths clear of the third horse. So this horse, in my opinion, it takes a good horse to beat this horse currently. However, with it winning well last time, it has gone up in the weights. It will make this race harder to win this race, but I think, although I don't think he's had a good season, I think Charlie Johnston might just be beginning to run into a little bit of form. I think he's had a poor season all season, but Joe Fanning, I believe Joe Fanning's on this horse. If he can get an easy lead, which is not easy at York, I think he's got every chance of stretching the field, and hopefully it hangs on for minimum of a place. The second selection is Mr. Monaco in the 3:15 at York, paying 5 places instead of 3. And off the top of my head, I believe this is Ralph Beckett's horse. His team is still flying. They're still going well, to be honest. He has got. I've seen he's also got Star of Orion, but I can't quite give that one a chance tomorrow. But Mr. Monaco, Ralph Beckett's 2-year-olds have been going well, and this is a 2-year-old race, so you would have thought that Ralph Beckett, especially with he's having quite a few end-of-year 2-year-olds that are running well or even winning. So you'd have thought he's got a pick of several that he could have sent to this meeting for this race. He's chose Mr. Monaco, and I'm happy to go with that. 11-1's an okay price, and then he's beginning to become a bit of a trainer that you have to be wary of, especially in handicaps. Although this isn't a handicap, I don't believe. I can't remember, to be honest. I did fancy it at the time, anyway. Third selection is Millibosque at 7-1 in the 350 at York, paying 5 places instead of 3. Well, I hope this run hasn't come too quick. I think it was about a fortnight ago. It was just pipped by Sparks Fly. Well, Sparks Fly is absolutely flying, but recently it's been chucking the odd stinker in, but it came back to form and beat this horse. They were dueling from miles out. I believe it was at Haydock, and it was very soft ground that day. This horse led, and then it was headed, and then it was basically disputing the lead. And you expected both horses to fall in a bit of a hole, but they didn't. They kept on going, and this horse Well, similar to Dreams a Dozen, if it gets a relatively easy lead or go in a pace that it can comfortably cope at, I think this horse, once again, could be quite difficult to beat. But I think Haggis has also got the favourite in the race, but I'm quite happy to go with this horse. The fourth selection is Looking for Linda at 13-2 in the 5 o'clock at York, paying 5 places instead of 3. So on the straight course, sprinting, I believe, because the rain has fallen on race day, I believe it will favour middle to high numbers. I think the race down the middle will edge towards the high numbers. I could be wrong, but occasionally I'm right. I tend to find that it suits low numbers when it's been raining, but on the day of the races, and it's a decent drying day. As the track gets quicker, I believe it then starts favouring lower numbers. So I believe tomorrow will be middle to high numbers, and Looking for Linda is drawn. I think it's drawn 9, I believe, of about, I think it's 14 horses. So yeah, definitely drawn middle to high. One to look out for is Nomadic Empire. I don't fancy it enough to back it because it loses too much ground, but it's one of them horses by David O'Meara that's just going to pop up and absolutely canter him. But I'm happy to go for Looking for Linda because it will absolutely blaze a trail like it did for us last time in a 17-runner field. And I think it could be very hard to catch. And finally, Mr. Easterby, Danzan at 20-1 in the 5:35 at York, paying 6 places instead of 4. Well, its last 2 runs you can totally put a line through, not because it's ran atrociously, just because it's ran over 6 furlongs, and I don't think it wants 6 furlongs anymore. I think they've just kept it ticking over, aiming deliberately for this race. I believe it ran in this race last year. I can't remember how well it ran in it. I think it, unless I'm getting confused with another horse, I think it came 8th in this race, but I may be wrong. But even if I'm wrong, I do believe that this horse is being lined up for this race because they've kept its handicap mark like gradually edging down without it running really bad. It handles soft ground. It's been held up. It's been a mid-division. It's been prominent and it's led. And I think it needs to be probably in about no worse than 6th position. And come the end of the day, it wouldn't surprise me if, with the rain getting into the ground, that they come near side. Well, this is drawn high anyway, so it's an interesting selection. So, as I said, it's a 10 pence each way, lucky third to 1, 15 pence each way doubles, and hopefully this gives us plenty of a kitty ready for Saturday. So, if you fancy anything different or think I'm completely wrong, that's fine. Leave me a note in the comments. So, the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.